Ryder built its boat the Rave, to break speed records, but its competitor Hobie Cat has already set a world speed record with its boat called Longshot. The Hobie is 2 sails on separate hulls. These sails are similar to those on a windsurfer, and like all boats trying to break the speed record, it uses hydrofoils to lift itself out of the water. The highest speed the Longshot hit is 43.5 knots. Now remember, that's more than 50 miles per hour. Its designer, Greg Ketterman, joined us now live from San Diego. Good evening, Greg. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thanks.
I think what a lot of people want to know is, what is it like to sail at those speeds? I've been told that you've actually passed some speedboats when you're on your boat.
Oh yes, it's very fast, and the speed sensation on water is amazing. In car terms, it doesn't seem that fast, but on the water, with the energy involved it takes to push the boat through the water, it feels incredibly fast, and you're just inches above the water.
My goodness.
Yeah, it's fast.
Some teams are considering radical boat design. Some are powered by flying kite. Others have rigid wings that look like they came off of a 747. What kind of design do you think it's going to take that barrier, to break that barrier of 50 knots or 57 miles per hour?
I think it's going to take somebody that develops some supercavitating foils. It's kind of interesting that there are 3 radically different boats that have all come to about the same speed. That would be us, Yellow Pages, and a windsurfer. They're all about 50 miles per hour, give or take. And it's probably that cavitational limit that's keeping them there. It's going to take somebody to develop a supercavitating foil.
You talked about the cavitational limit. Can you explain a little bit more what this is and how engineers can overcome this problem?
Well, I've got my hydrofoil here. This is actually the rudder off of our boat.
Okay.
And it's this part right here which generates the lift.
Okay.
And it takes low pressure from this side to lift the boat, and that pressure goes so low that the water actually boils. So at that point, the drag goes up, it becomes less efficient, and that's about as fast as you can go. So it's really just a matter of developing a better foil.
So there is a way to overcome that problem then?
Yeah, it just takes more development, more time.
Do you think it's going to require computer-aided drafting to sort of move this forward?
Oh yeah. Well, computer-aided drafting has been done for a long time. What would be much more helpful in this case is computer programs that actually simulate the water flowing over a foil and will predict the lift and drag that the foil generates, and that's pretty powerful, computer programs.
Most of us have been on a boat, a sailboat at one time or another, and we've known that normal sailboats lean over or heel, as they say in nautical terms, as they sail on a reach, but the hydrofoil boats don't heel much at all. First of all, why don't they, and does that actually help increase the speed?
Yes, it does. It's pretty unique to these hydrofoil boats, where instead of using gravity to keep the boat upright, I call it dynamic forces from the foils. Actually, one foil will pull down on one side, lifting up on the other side, and that keeps the boat incredibly stable.
So it's not going to flip over?
Correct. No amount of wind can push the boat over.
You've told us about how fast these can go. How smooth of a ride is it?
Compared to typical boats that are, planing on top of the surface, it's very smooth. Our foils are operating below the surface where the water is pretty calm. So it's a pretty smooth ride.
What sort of person is buying boats like the Trifoiler? We've talked in the packages that we just heard from, we know the people that are racing in America's Cup tend to be wealthy folk. Is that going to be the same audience that will be interested in your boat?
Yeah, they've been typically wealthy. They're typically the type that could buy any toy they like, and the thrill seekers, the person that wants to have the fastest boat on the water.
Bigger toys, faster speeds. Why do you think there is so much attention to speed in sailing boats right now as opposed to power boats?
Oh, I don't know. I think there's plenty of interest in speed in power boats as well. I think speed in sailboats is kind of interesting because there's that natural limit. There's, to go certain ratio relative to the wind is interesting. Our boats are going 2.5 times the speed of the wind. And that's, technically, I think that's much more interesting than a power boat.
Absolutely. I understand these boats cost about $13,000. That's a lot less than I would have anticipated.
Yeah, for like the Ferrari of sailboats, it's not too bad.
We want to thank you so much for joining us to share your passion with us this evening, Greg. Greg Ketterman is Hobie Cat designer, and we thank him for joining us from San Diego this evening.